Hello, it's 2 a.m. Welcome to the Hurricane Isaias update. And you can see here that here is the eye now over, looks like east central North Carolina. You could sort of see a well-defined eye here on this satellite, which is pretty interesting. We'll refresh the satellite, see if we can get a more recent image, because this thing is really moving. It's really moving fast now. You can see that eye. So let's look at the radar here. This is what it looks like on the radar right now. You can see heavy rains already going into Maryland there, and down into Virginia, and it's starting to move into New Jersey. Here is the center of the storm right here, so you can see well defined. Most of the precip is to the north of the center. It is now over land. And while we wait for that radar loop to load, which I'm sure will be a while, let's look at the latest public advisory from the National Hurricane Center. So the center of Isaias is moving quickly north-northeastward over eastern North Carolina. So its location is 35 north, 78.1 west, about 60 miles southwest of Greenville, North Carolina. Maximum sustained winds have come down to 75 miles an hour. But it's accelerating. Its movement is accelerating north-northeast at now 23 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure 993 millibars. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 25 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 125 miles from the center. A wind gust of 64 miles an hour is reported near Bogue, North Carolina. And again, that minimum central pressure 29.29 inches. So let's go and see if that radar loop has loaded. And you can see here is the storm, and you can see some of these really fierce looking rain bands here coming in to North Carolina here. And this right here is probably where the highest winds are right here. So it's moving, and it's continuing to move pretty rapidly. Let's look at the power outage impact, because we have 268,567 people without power in North Carolina right now, particularly in the eastern parts of the state where this made landfall. You can see we have some of these counties have almost all of their residents, or a large majority of them, out of power, and that this will continue to work its way northward. But this is where it made landfall, around Ocean Isle Beach. That's where it made landfall. So let's see if we can get some observations from here, the center. And you can see here, looking at some of these observations here, we have at New River a south wind at 39 gusting to 63. Let's see, this is going to refresh again here. So very strong winds, even on the southern end of it. We got some pretty strong winds right here. That's New River. Let's look at this one here. Bogue Field. So this is where they had the gust of 60, wind south at 35, gusting to 62. Now we go up into we're not seeing too much wind yet, but that's going to definitely change. You could already see some of these wind gusts. Langley, this is with one of the outer bands here, gust to 38 over there. And there are some tornado warnings out with this as well. Let's look at the lightning, because sometimes these outer bands can produce some pretty severe thunderstorms. And let's see what we have here as far as lightning goes. Not seeing too much on here. Let's see. A few strikes here. Not all that much lightning. But there are some outer bands here that, again, the outer bands, the main issue is going to be, here's that radar loop again. The main issue is going to be the chance for tornadoes in here. Alright, so again, this is your satellite image, big eye, not much lightning, a lot of power outages in this part of the state. Let me look at some other radars here for a moment. Get some other radars. We'll actually work our way down looking at these radars now. So you can see some of these heavy cells now over New Jersey. You can see how the heavier rain is trending toward the west, though. So here you go. Those tornado warnings are in the red. And there are a number of them here. And you get this when these storms interact with the land. You get those. So let's move down a little further, and you can clearly see there's the center of circulation. Looks like it's somewhere over Clinton. So it is continuing to move northward. You can see this band right here is producing a lot. So in these bands, these feeder bands that come in, this is where you get some of those tornadoes and severe thunderstorms developing. So look at that, 4 tornado warnings already. So this is going to spawn a lot of tornadoes, and this is the problem for us. We are going to be in this part of the storm, the northeast part, and we could see this in our area tomorrow afternoon. So that is going to be it for this update. Have a good night, and be well, and be safe.